society, we often ignore our feet, even though our feet are the foundation of basically every movement. So if you think about this as though it's a tree, when you see a compromised tree that might be leaning a certain way or it looks like it's about to fall over, the first thing you're going to look at is what the roots are like. So although you might not be able to see roots as they're moving, over time, a long period of time, they affect the way that the tree is growing and the stability that it has. So today we're going to talk about foot and hip stability, which are often at the root of our knee pain.
So when talking about foot stability, the most important thing to talk about first is something called the tripod foot. This is how we really set up a strong foundation for any of the movements that we do. So the tripod foot really means that we're maintaining 3 points of contact through our foot with all of our movements that we're doing. So those 3 points of contact include, if you just use my hand as an imagination, the ball of the foot right below your big toe, the ball of your foot right below your pinky toe, and then your heel. So we want to make sure that we're maintaining equal force through all 3 of those points of our foot, through squatting movements, through deadlift movements, through single leg movements. Any movement that we're doing, those 3 points of contact should have equal force. So it's important for our feet and our hips to work together in stability. And it's very important for us to maintain a tripod foot while creating external rotation torque at the hip. So Kyle is going to demonstrate creating torque through his hips, which is going to increase his arch, but he's going to maintain those 3 points of contact at his foot. So go ahead and demonstrate that. So as he flares his knees out, creating torque at his hips, you can see that increased his arch. However, he's still maintaining that tripod foot. So pressure at the big toe, pinky toe, and at his heel. This is important, and this really creates a good foundation and a base for all of our movement patterns.
You can't maintain external rotation without having sufficient internal rotation. One thing that a lot of people lack is internal rotation because of our sedentary lifestyle, weakness in the glutes and stuff that cause internal rotation. So here's one way to work on both. It's a 90-90 sitting stretch. So Bridget's going to get into the position. So just to start out, we're going to start out in having your front leg out in 90 degrees from the hips, and then the lower leg 90 degrees from the femur. And then the exact same position out to the side with your back leg. So this is going to be the first position you're going to be in. You're just going to try and get into the sitting position. A lot of people will feel tight in the hips here, and we're just going to work on stretching there. We're going to rotate as a progression into there. Then you're going to spend some time in this position. Then a progression to that would be leaning forward in this position, which is going to help with external rotation, and then leaning back. It's going to help with internal rotation. I want you to tune in next week to learn more about specific single leg exercises.